Hello, crafty friends. How are we on a Tuesday night? Just see here. I'm just going to make sure I am in the right spot at the right time. It's looking like probably take a couple minutes to pop up in everybody's feeds. I am about 5 minutes late, but I am here and I'm excited to create 2 cards with you tonight and show you a very quick and easy but fabulous design. Okay, there we go. All right, hello Sandra. Hi Sandy, how are you doing? From California, we got Pat. Hello Pat. It was so good to see you and Chris this weekend. I am finally kind of winding down. Hello, Lynn. Winding down from some busy Christmas classes. Yeah, this past weekend, was amazing. I got to create with so many fabulous ladies, and we got to hang out all day and visit and craft. It was just perfect. So I always love to do my Christmas Stamp-A-Stacks every year. They're one of my favorite things to do. And I have news for you that are watching that are not in the Victoria area or Vancouver Island, because I did have ladies come down from up island. We got some people from, let's see, we got Kim from Moose Jaw. Hello. Thunder Bay, Ontario. Hello. We got some people from near and far. Are these cards going to be holiday theme? Yes, they are going to be holiday theme tonight. I was hoping to do one that was not holiday theme, but I've got my heat bag on. I've had a lot of tightness in my neck and my shoulders from a lot of prep over the last probably 3 weeks, getting ready for all of my Christmas classes and making a stack sampler for those of you that are not in the Victoria area. So I do have a class. I just put it out there a couple days ago to let you know. I've had so many requests for those that see what I'm doing for my Stamp-A-Stacks and want to be able to create the same designs but at home. So I did some extra prep, and I was able to put together 30 kits, just 30. That's all that I had the supplies left for, was 30 kits for my Christmas card sampler. So I think since I put it out there a couple days ago, I think about 20 of them are gone. I did see some notifications that just came through in the last hour for 3 more of them. So I'll have to check and see, but I'm guessing I've got about maybe 8 or 9 kits left that are up for grabs for anyone who wants to do the Christmas stack sampler. So I will show you the cards, and then I'm going to create some fun cards tonight that you guys are going to be able to do this quick and easy card with so many different designer series papers, and for any occasion it's going to be one of those quick and easy go-to cards. But I think it's going to look really good. I have not done this design yet, but I did see it. Oh, it was probably something that flew through my feed, and by Lisa Cusio, I think. Probably years and years ago, because the paper looked like it was from quite a long time ago. But I thought, you know, it is a quick and easy one, and it's pretty, and so I wanted to share it with you. I have been busy. I do, yes. I am surprised you don't have a full body heat bag. Yes, I went to acupuncture. So I just got home from acupuncture. In fact, I was checking before I went live to make sure that I didn't have the circle because my head was, I was laying down, and when I left, I had like this ring around my circle, around my head. But I think it's pretty much gone. But I'm supposed to do heat, so that's what I'm doing. Okay. Couple things I want to mention to you. Stampin' Up! I have no idea what they're going to be putting on sale, but Stampin' Up! Is doing, this is the first time ever that they are going to do a Black Friday sale. So I am super excited to see what it is that they're going to be putting on sale. The sale is going to start on the 25th of this month, and it's going to go through to December the 1st. So again, we don't have any clues of what it is that they're going to be putting on sale, but we have been told that things will be up to 40% off, and it is their first Black Friday sale. So yeah, so I'm excited. So tune in, check out my online store, and who knows what you might find. For those of you, I have some of my Stamp It Canadian team that is watching. For you guys, you get at least another 20 to 25% off, which is, for us, it's up to like 60 or 65% off. So you definitely want to check it out. I've got one dog that needs out. Hold on. Okay, Jimmy, out you go. And for those of you that did not grab the deal that was on sale for the starter kit, well, Black Friday's on is always an opportune time, because you could put all the things that are on sale into your starter kit, which is already a deal. So you're going to get, about half price on whatever it is you get. So, and you get to be part of our fun team. All right. So I'm just putting that out there because it's always a good time whenever there's a good sale to stick sale stuff into your starter kit as well. Okay. So let's head down to my workspace. I will quickly share with you, I know that if you happen to tune in to one of my lives, these are all my pieces I've got all cut and ready to go for our cards tonight. We're going to make two cards. But for those that did not see the live I did from my Stamp-A-Stack, I do have the cards here. I'm going to show you the ones that are in there. And today, I got a lot done today. Today, not only did I prep all 30 of the kits that will go in the mail starting tomorrow, I also did the full instructional video for all 8 of the designs, and I did a full 9-page color PDF to go with it. So if you are not within Canada, it allows you to be able to do the classes by using their very, very detailed PDFs that I do and easy to follow. And then you can prep everything, and then you can turn on the video, and it is like I'm just sitting beside you hanging out, and we're creating for 2 hours, because the videos are about 2 hours each whenever I do one of my classes. Okay, PDF and video. So I will quickly, these are ones that are Christmas themed that I have in my PDF store. We've got the Ornamental Christmas, we've got the Jolly Delivery. So if you're looking for any like last minute just card designs, card ideas, if you happen to have this stuff and you're like, I just need to be able to figure out some quick and easy cards, these are in the PDF store. And if you're one of my subscribers to my Facebook channel, you do get 20% off of all of the PDF and video virtual classes. So that's a bonus too. But you can see there's always measurements of what to cut, and then steps on putting them together, a couple photos, and then there is a video that goes along with it. And it's an unlisted YouTube video that I do for them. And like for these ones, this was my actual club class. And then I've been adding like a couple bonus PDFs. So for this one, there's actually 6 different designs. And again, it walks you through it. And you can use just the layouts too with other things. So they're kind of good to have because you can use them for non-Christmas stuff too, right? What is the date of the Stamp-A-Stack? I am not doing a Zoom for the Stamp-A-Stack. It is just going to be video and PDF for the virtual stack sampler. Okay, and then this is the Jolly delivery. Again, these are all of the ones here, and then there is 2 extra designs. So that's, I don't have any more actual kits for these. Actually, I might be able to stick 2 together for the Jolly delivery. I just found a package of paper I still had left. This is one that a couple people have been grabbing for gift ideas. This PDF was, I think it's just $6 Canadian. No, $6 US, $7 Canadian, I think. Or my other ones that have all of the cards and all that sort of stuff are 17 US, 24 Canadian. But this one has a box, and again, goes through all of the measurements and how to put all the cards together. And these are 2 that you scan that are my YouTube videos that will take you back to putting that stuff together. Okay, so those are just virtual ones I have, and they're Christmas themed. So if you need something, then you can definitely get it. Linda, if you want to do, I'll show you what the cards are in the sampler. And if you just want to do the PDF and video, then you can just purchase the PDF and video. I would like your pack. How do I purchase? I'm in the US. So these are great questions. Because I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Canada, I cannot actually mail you the actual kit. I'll just grab it here. Okay. So these are the kits here. I haven't packaged them up yet, but you've got my red ribbon must have fallen on the floor. There it is. So you've got sampler ribbons. You have got 2 different types of embellishments, a couple rows of each to put on your 8 cards, and then you have a variety of ribbons that are in there. And then you have got 8 packages, and I mean everything is textured. It is die cut for you, and it goes out in letter mail, Canadian letter mail. So I can only ship those kits within Canada because they have products, and unfortunately Stampin' Up! Demonstrators were only allowed to ship things within the country that we live in. But what you can do, these are the cards. What you can do is you can use, like I said, I have a 2-hour video. I just finished putting all of these together step by step. And you can use this PDF, which is very detailed. It goes through all of your measurements, what colors I use for the cardstock, the stamps that I used. You know, if you don't have this one and you have different trees, then you just substitute. Okay. For those of you that get the kit, you are going to have to substitute your little friend here, but you have a piece of white to stamp on. The tree you have within the kit, and I just textured it because I wanted you guys to see you can just texture this tree. It's beautiful. In fact, I'm going to use a textured one tonight and then just use whatever greeting. These ones, I mean, all these pieces are cut out. This is textured and cut. This one, you just have an image that you will have to figure out to stamp, or you can stamp on a white piece, and you could put like a snowman or something in the middle of there, right? It looks super cute. All right. This one, my labor of love for this year. Oh my goodness. I die cut out every single piece. It's all in the envelope for you. You just need your greeting, and I walk you through how to put it together. Okay. Yeah, these are cut out, textured. This one, you may have a different image, but you're going to have one of 4. Just like in the tractor, you may have a red tractor or you may have a green tractor. So because I did a variety of each card in the class, you've got a sampler, so you've got one of each. So you could have a red or you could have a green, but they're both super cute. Okay. I am also from the US, and I purchased a PDF from Sue, and it was wonderful. Instructions and colored pictures. Oh, thank you, Sandra. Yeah, I always hope that they are easy to follow. I make them as easy as I can. I walk you through it. Like I said, here's all your photos. My printer is not the best, but if you've got a better printer, it tells you all the colors anyway, but it walks you through them. So one for each card, all in there. All right. So within Canada, like I said, I think I have 8 or 9 kits left, and that is it. Otherwise, I mean, you can do your creating with the video and the PDF, because it is easy. And you just have to, I mean, you cut the stuff out and then you turn on the video and we create together for a couple hours. Oh, I've got the giggles because I have got a few ladies that are watching that came this weekend, and yes, the tractors. They took a little bit to put together with all those pieces, but they are so cute, right? They were worth it. They were so worth it. Okay, so for today, I'm going to be using the traditional Christmas papers. I love these. They're so pretty. That's for one card. And I can't get enough of these gorgeous Elegant Pine snowflakes. They're just, it's the colors. I love the colors. I love the pop of cherry cobbler. Seems to be the theme for tonight's cards. And yeah, I'll give you the measurements as we go, and I will post the photos, and I will give the measurements in the description of the photos and link the video back to here so that you guys will be able to create these. Okay, I think I need to get rid of one thing. And that is the reflection. I tell you, I love the extra light, but it's the glass mat that does the reflection. Okay, so I've got a few pieces here, and we're gonna see what I use. But for the actual cutting, what we're gonna do is you need your cutter, and we're gonna do just a beautiful diagonal cut. So this is very easy to do. I am going to cut both of these at the same time. These are the same, and these are all the layers that we're going to be using. So I'm just tucking them to the side, but these are the same size. Okay, so this is a beautiful way to do a card that really spotlights the beauty of the designer series paper. And some of these papers are so beautiful with the gold kind of flocking in there, or the gold foil in there. And we have had actually papers in the past that have had flocking. They were gorgeous. But yeah, and just the colors. And unfortunately, when you go to use your papers, you kind of have to pick which side you want to use. So this design allows you to be able to see both, and I love that. So we're going to start with this one, and I am going to just cut it on the diagonal. It's that simple. At least I hope this is this simple, because like I said, I watched a little video as I was I'm not gonna lie, as I was getting acupuncture just like literally just over an hour ago. You know, if you've had it done, then they leave for a while and you just lay there and you just relax, you know, as you know, you have all these little tiny needles in you that take the pressure and stuff out, right? Well, as I was doing that, I was deciding what I was going to create with what papers I wanted to use. So we'll see how this turns out. But I want to cut on the diagonal, and then I want to cut on the other diagonal. So to do this, I want to make sure that these papers are together to cut on the opposite diagonal. So I'm going to use actually a Post-it note, and I'm going to hold them together with a Post-it note. Okay. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut them on the angle this way. I thought that was pretty clever, hey? Holds it together and they don't overlap or bunch. Okay, and then we're going to cut it this way. Okay, and then I can take this Post-it note off of here, but I've got my pieces and they're cut perfectly because we like pasted or held them together to cut the other direction. Okay, so there is one. I am going to go ahead and I'm going to cut this one. Now my blade, I did get a new blade out. Let me see if I got it. Maybe I did. Nope, it's not there. I was gonna say, I did get a new cutting blade out. I haven't put it in yet. And I can tell that this one, I've been cutting one of the cards from the stack was using glimmer paper. And when you cut glimmer paper with your blades, it does tend to dull them quickly. So I have got, like I'll use an older blade that I've already used and it's starting to get dull. And I'll use that one to actually cut the glimmer paper and then switch it back to one of my sharper blades for paper. And I haven't switched it back yet. So this is the one I was using for glimmer. Okay, so I'm going to put this back together. What size of paper are you starting with? That is a great question. I am starting with 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. Box does not fit a gift card. Finished my, oh, Jolly Delivery package. Oh, and you were disappointed that this little box does not fit a gift card. You know what though, Linda, if you were to, now I did my little Post-it note. It's coming apart here. I just want to make sure this is together. If you were to look online, there is a couple demonstrators that did a flat version with that. So instead of popping up the sides, they somehow did configure it flat and they were able to make it so that they could use it for gift cards. I don't remember who that was, but I remember seeing it when that first came out. So maybe I will have a look back and then I will make one closer to Christmas. Okay. Okay. Start in the middle instead of the top or the bottom when you do it, and it helps. Look at you. Brilliant. And it goes this way and that way. Look at that. That did help. Thank you, Margaret. Okay. So there is our pieces here. I want to try and keep them somewhat in the same formation here. Okay, I think that, hold on, is this way. Is it this way? Yes. Okay, so there we go. So I've cut my papers. It's as easy as that. Okay, so little Post-it note, cut them, you're ready to go. That one's a little bit harder to keep the pattern, but we'll put this one off to this side. Perfect. Okay. So I'm going to get out my liquid glue, and for the next part of this card, all we're going to do is we're going to decide, we're going to separate them like this. Okay, and I'm going to do a little bit of gap. So this layering piece here is 3 3/4 by 5. So I like to have a little bit more of, I'm going to have a little bit of white space in between, just a tiny bit. So I want to do a little bit of white space in between the pieces, but I like to have a larger mat around it. You could do a smaller one, but I like to have a nice mat around the edges. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, I mean, you could keep your design like this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it so it's like this. Okay, especially if you like both sides of the paper. Now I could make it so that these were the green parts, but I'm going to make it so that those sides are the green. You like that? It's as easy as that. That's the big move in this card, is you flip the papers. And then I am going to float the pieces, as I like to say. And by floating, I mean I put liquid glue on the back. This is why I like liquid glue for these. I put it onto the back of the paper and I just let it sit there. Okay, I don't want to press it down yet because when I get these pieces on, especially with a design like this, I want to make sure that they're evenly spaced and they're centered. Okay, and that way you can have that last few minutes to do your little wiggly movement that you need. So for me right now, I want to make sure I focus on the outside line. Okay, so I'm not looking here because as long as I have equal space all the way around and these papers are straight, then our design should be straight, right? Then I can move this one down a little bit and see it's even. So I find it harder if you're trying to just focus on the space that's in between the pieces. Focus on your framework. And when you do that and you decide what looks best, how much space around the outside looks good, then look at that. Your spaces in the middle match up, right? Okay, now I can give it a final little press. Ooh, I love it. I wasn't sure what this paper would look like with having the plaid and that beautiful poinsettia, but I like it. That looks really good. Okay, so I'm going to put that one aside. We will finish decorating these up in a second, but I just got to make sure I have the right piece. See, that's my inside piece. Here's my outside. Okay, so I'm going to do the same with this one. And again, I think I like the more detailed top and bottom. And then look at these ones though, with the snowflakes. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. Okay, so again, now are you guys already, your mind is going, oh my goodness, the possibilities that I have with the papers in my craft room. And really, you could get, if you need like a beautiful cards for Christmas still, or any occasion really, I'm just looking at the top and the bottom, you'd be able to cut these down. You would get 6 of these out of one sheet of pattern paper. And the pieces that you cut away, I'm going to show you what you're going to do with those. So we don't like to waste, right? I like to use my scraps. Okay, so again, I'm focusing around the edge, making sure it's straight and flush with the side, and that automatically is going to make it so that my pattern is evenly spaced, centered, and looks good. That's pretty good. Okay, we're giving it the press. Okay, endless, I know, endless possibilities, right? I'm glad you guys are loving this little flip. I think it would be great to do, you know, like a set of these using, you know, all the pattern papers in one package, right? Because they would all coordinate, they would all look beautiful, and you could do a set of cards as a gift. Okay, so once you have this, then you decide like, what is it that you want to put in the center? And having this come together in the center like this gives you the perfect, you know, area to have a focal point, right? Because it draws you into the center of the card. So I am going to go with something very simple like this, and I'm just going to decide which, I might do a combination of ribbons here, or of twines. I think that this cording, which is the Lost Lagoon, which I think looks really pretty with this, I think this is still on clearance. So you might still be able to get some of this cording. I love it because it's got a shine. So I like to bring it out for Christmas. Just gonna close the door. Whoa. Now that Jim has come and gone, I'm just seeing if I have the card that I finished off. I did post a picture of it. I was making, actually I used these papers, similar because they were from this set, and I used this cording and I made a bow in behind one of these trees just for the other night for the money card that I made. But remember, I couldn't find my tree. I could not find the tree, and so I didn't put the tree on it. And you know, like I said was going to happen, I found it as soon as I finished the live. There was the tree, and I did end up getting it onto the card, and it looks so pretty. So I know it's off to the side here somewhere. I'll see if I can find it quickly, but it did turn out quite pretty. And I think that these two colors together, the Lost Lagoon and the Old Olive, this Old Olive is the twine from the twine pack that we've got, the linen thread, and it's beautiful. So I'm going to just kind of hang this down like this and let that just kind of drape amongst the tree, and then I'm going to bring in this. So the bow, it's going to be right in the center of the bow like that. Okay. And I wasn't sure which, because I did the video for the Christmas stack, and I was trying to figure out which texture to run this tree for the stack. I love the way that just drapes like that. And I love the corrugated, the mini corrugated with this tree. It's like you don't need to even stamp it. It looks great just as it is. Let's trim this one up. Okay, that's looking pretty. And then I am going to bring in a greeting. Now, let's see, I do have this one, and I'm going to use the Oh Christmas Tree. I do love that, and I might just use Sending Christmas Wishes for our second card here, because these are pretty tiny, and I've got one of the little banners to put some pieces that I die cut, or I didn't die cut it, I actually just did a quick fussy cut out of the designer series paper for the traditional Christmas. Okay, let's see how this looks. Okay, I love the pop of the cherry cobbler with this paper because all of the papers have the little tiny cherry cobbler berries in them, so it looks pretty cute having that extra touch. Okay, and I know it's hard to even think about spring yet, but I have to tell you, last night I did my ordering for spring, because we have a new catalog. Doesn't come out till January, but again, we get to order those things about, well, 6 weeks early, so it is another reason to take advantage of the starter kit for sure. And we get a discount when we order it. So I did order quite a few things. I'm excited. They'll be here in about a week. And I'm going to start planning my classes for the new year. Now that all of my Christmas classes are finished. So the virtual stack sampler class is the last virtual or the last card class that I will be doing this year. That's why if you want to do something more, you can use the PDF and you can create any of the cards that I've done for the holidays, because they're all kind of covered in those. And then the very last thing, like look at the cherry cobbler. Isn't that pretty? The very last thing that I like to kind of close out the season with is my Christmas tag dozen. And tomorrow morning we'll be finishing off all the prep for that and getting those into the mail. And you get to make 6 tags, 2 of each, and then you are set for the holiday season, right? You can add all sorts of goodies to make your presents pretty. Okay, now for this one, like I was saying, if you happen to decide to do, say, like 6 of these cards and you use up 1 whole sheet, you end up with all of these pieces that are cut off the edges. So use them. Add something pretty to the inside of your card, and then you can use like a darker cardstock like this that pulls out some beautiful colors, and then you can pop this into the center of your card, which really finishes stuff off. Okay, it takes that just a second and you're using up the scraps, but it sure does make a difference to your cards. And then the other strips that you have, you can always put those across your envelopes as well. Do you know which stamp set and dies you will be using? I do, for coming up like January, February, that sort of stuff. I do not know yet. I have ordered quite a few. So yes, they will all come into play at some point, whether they are a grab and go class or they're one of the main ones that I focus on for sure. Okay, I'll start sharing some of that stuff right before Christmas. All right, so let's see what else we've got here. It is a nice way to complement the DSP, isn't it? See a sample card for my class. What's disappeared? I will surface Saturday night. Hello there, Tracy. I got a chance to hang out with Tracy. Very lucky for a whole day when she was on Vancouver Island. Now I do want to get some embellishments here. And we had some fun for sure. We had some laughs. We did some creating. We had a good time. And we're gonna do the same next year, right? Same time next year. Put it on your calendar. Tracy, we're doing it. Okay, so there is that one finished. And easy, perfect place for a little focal. You've got this pretty little bows, some embellishments to bring out that blue, and then you've got the prettiness on the inside. Okay, love it. Okay, what set are you everyone wants, you guys all want to know already what set I'm going to be using for January. I still have to figure out timing wise, because I won't actually be able to get the products from the new catalog until enough for the class until January. So I won't be able to use the new stuff until from the new catalog until February. Okay, but I'll be figuring out something for January coming up for sure. All right, so let's have a look at this one. So for this one, I thought it would be pretty to, again, I want to bring something into the center of the card. And I happen to have these banner dies that were still sitting on my workspace from prepping for my to-go classes. So I thought this would be the perfect one to kind of have in the center. So I'm going to see if this Sending Christmas Wishes will fit in there, or 'Tis the Season. I'm hoping. That was my thought. Oh, I think I'm good. Just gonna fit. Okay, and then let me just see here. I think I might do Old Olive on this one, just because I have some little accent flowers. Just see here. Yep, that's pretty. I have some accent flowers that I cut out from some of the other papers, and I'm going to put those around the greeting. So let's start with this. Perfect. That fits perfect. Let's zoom in a little bit. And then, yeah, I like that. And I like that greeting. Isn't that cute? I love the script. Now for ribbon, I could do, because we've got gold in here, I could do a little bit of this twine, or of this, twine. So I could do this. I think I'm going to, because I did the green already on the other card. So I'm going to use the twine, and I just have to decide if I want to use it under the first layer, which I think I will. And that way it shows up on this green. So I'm going to put this green down flat in the center. And I think the banner design looks quite good in the middle of this. How much fun did you have? All of your kits. I have not handed out the kits yet, Leanne. I was going to post that. I just finished getting all of the kits right before all of my classes on the weekend. So the last kind of box arrived. I was going to add them up. I think there's probably, thanks to all of you that sponsored one of the kits for care workers down at Sanpen Hospital. All the staff down there that takes care of my mom and took care of my mother-in-law when she was in the palliative care there. They're just such amazing people down there, and they are like family to Mom. She's been there, my goodness, it was a year this month that she has been there, which is crazy, right? So what I'm going to do is I want to do up a little write-up. So I'm going to do that up probably not this week coming, because I want to get all this stuff into the mail. But the following week I'm going to do up a little write-up, because I want them to know that all these kits came from all of you amazing, caring people out there from all over the place. And, you know, I just need for them to know that that's where all the kits came from, where they were all sponsored from. So I am going to do a little write-up, and I want to put a little kind of tag, make some cute easy tags, because they'll be pretty quick. But I'm going to do some tags as well on there that just says a little thank you tag for what they do. And then once I get all that done, then I'm going to head on down. I might get the girls to come with me, because we got a lot of kits to hand out. And I also have got the contact for the person who manages the whole unit that my mom's in. Oh, I like that on there. And so I want to make sure I'm going to let her know how many will be coming to the unit that my mom's in, and how many will be coming to palliative care, because there isn't as many staff in there. And then I'll let the supervisors know, so that they can kind of make up a list and make sure that, you know, all, you know, the main people that work there, they go to all the right people. Okay. Oh, I like that. Beauty. Okay. So I'm going to put this on here. These were just cut out from the designer series paper, just another piece of it. Isn't that beautiful? I love how this banner ended up turning out. And I like that twine in there. That looks quite pretty. I'm going to see if I've got some little tiny, maybe embellishments to go in the flowers. We'll see. We're going to bring in this piece, and we are going to, again, use a scrap that will go along the bottom of it. Okay. So yes, the kits will still be going in. They'll probably get them. I'm planning on doing it probably end of the month. Yeah, that's what I'm going to aim for, end of the month. But the main thing is I wanted them to know the story behind it all and behind all of you guys, because you guys are really the star of this fundraiser, because I couldn't do it without all of you. So they will get that info. All right, so that's going to be the inside. This is the outside. Now I wish I'd cut maybe like one more of these little flowers just to go right here and put a little greeting on there. But I can do that after. Maybe when I know what I want to stamp in it. So I decided to go with the Cherry Cobbler. It's like the color of the night. I love it for Christmas. It's just such a beautiful, rich color. And you get 2 card bases, right? You get 2 card bases out of every sheet of cardstock. So I had 2 card bases, so it worked out perfect. Okay, now let's do this flat here, like that. Beautiful. And see how that just now you can see why I wanted to do just, I could have used a smaller layer here, and I would have like a tiny frame, but I wanted just to have a little bit more white to kind of pop around and frame in the pattern that we created, which was so easy, right? Now I'm going to see what embellishments I've got. I do have these little earthen ones. These are new. Earthy matte. I don't think I want that. I might use just some, just because I have these left over here. Look at this. I got a few little pieces in here. Let's pull these out. These are the pearls, the antique pearls, and look at how, when I love this when it has a little bit of opalescence on it, when I put it next to the paper, see how the green, it picks up that green and changes the tone of those to, you know, when you're, it actually would go beautiful on that too, but it changes the tone, so it works perfect with the paper. So I'm going to do one in the center of here, little tiny ones, and one here like that. You can still see the gold around it. It gives it that extra shine. And then we'll just kind of do a couple, 1, 2, and one down here. Let's do one on the white, or one on the green here, I think. Beauty. Okay, so there we have it. What do we think? Easy card to do tonight, right? Imagine any occasion, any little focal point. Just use some dies in the center. I love how, you know, just the shape of it draws things into the center of the card where you have something, you know, beautiful, right? And it's easy. I can do these on the fly. Yes, this is the sort of thing you can do on the fly, right? And we all have, I mean, layers that we cut out. So the key point is you want to make sure that your cuts go really well. So you cut on the angle, then, you know, even if you have the little tiny post-it, like just the little half ones or just a little strip, just kind of put those back together so that you can make sure that they're not overlapping, that they don't move when you do that diagonal cut, because it's the clean cuts on the angle, on both of the angles, that I think makes the difference for this card. If your cutting was off, then it wouldn't, you know, wouldn't quite look the same. Also, when you go to map them in, focus on around the outside, that there's evenness around the outside, then that's automatically going to make the same distance in between your pieces too. Okay, Oh, I'm so glad you guys like those. I am so happy with them. You know, I'm going to go through all of my papers now, and now that I'm in the groove, I am going to be creating some other ones, and I will definitely post different ones that I make. I'm going to see how many different scrap pieces that I have. North Pole delivery. Think of it with the little letters and the pattern, and then put one of the cute little animals in the center. So there's lots of leftover papers that I have from Christmas, the modern Christmas, with the black and the white and the gold. Because remember, on one side there's always that pattern that has the gold in it, and then the other side of the paper is the black and white. Like that would look stunning, matted in red with a little focal point in the center with some red embellishments. It's gonna be good. All right, have a good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining me, and have a look, definitely have a look, because we are entering kind of the, I wouldn't say the end of Christmas crafting, but if you're wanting to do kits, if you want to do the tags, if you want to do the Christmas card sampler, like I said, I don't know how many people have registered as I have been talking here, but I know I probably have about 8 or 9 kits left. They're all on the table. Can you see that behind me? Right there. Those will all be going in the mail tomorrow. And then, you know, once they're gone, they are gone. That is the end of it. And then tags, register for the tags so that I know how many to prepare, because those will be going in the mail. I'll prepare tomorrow, probably go in the next day. Okay. All right. And then check out the virtual classes. So if you don't live within Canada, or even if you do and you've got a room full of all of the same supplies that I have, you can use the measurements, you can cut, and you can create the cards just using the PDF and the video, right? So you can see you can see Jim. Oh my goodness, that's so cute. Jim is having a good rest. He is having a good rest. I took him for a good walk today. He got me out of my craft room for a little bit. Okay, so keep that in mind. I've got PDFs from all of my classes every single month starting in January 2025. So the entire year is there. And if you are one of my subscribers to my Facebook channel, then you do get 20% off, which gives you a few dollars off of all of your PDF video classes. So that's kind of good too. All right, have a good night, and I will see you again. Let's see, we're Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I have it on my calendar for 9 o'clock in the morning, Friday morning. Make yourself a cup of coffee. We are going to have a little chat. We're going to create, and it gives us a chance to connect. Okay. All right, everyone, take care. If you had one of a kit arrive on your doorstep that has pieces to make 3 cards, you're wondering what it is, and you placed an order in the month of September, it is your Fun Fold card. And check your email, because I sent out a full instructional video by email just a couple days ago. Okay, so you're going to be getting kits arriving, and check the email because you've already got the video. All right, and if you don't, contact me. Okay, good night, take care, everyone. Thanks for joining.